Hi everyone, Chuck from Bennett Family Real Estate. We're here doing the August market sales report for Nelson and Nelson Rural. What we found this month was that sales were pretty flat. We were down about 5%, 36 sales last year, 34 this year. That's been pretty consistent in the second half of the year. We have seen sales like year over year, we're up a little bit still, but we're starting to see that gap narrow. For example, this year so far from January to the end of August, 242 sales this year versus 231 in 2024. We think that gap will continue to narrow as we get towards the end of the year, and we're gonna see a pretty flat sales year for the upcoming season. The one thing everybody wants to talk about is prices. Interestingly enough, we've started to see a bit of a decline in prices. Now it could be a small data pool, but right now year over year from 2024 in Nelson and Nelson Rural, the average price went from $678,000 down to $556,000. As compared to a list price, it's about 4 to 6% we've been averaging over the course of the year. So basically when a list price is at a certain number, you can expect you're gonna be 4 to 6% on average below that as a final sale price. We saw a fairly big decline in August. August went from $653,000 on the average sale last year in 2024 to $574,000 in 2025. Pretty big difference. Again, smaller data pool, so it could just be a couple of sales triggering the lower number. But overall, we're starting to see a little bit of a slipping in prices. So everybody wants to know what it all means. Everybody wants to know what the sales data actually means in terms of how it impacts their individual house or their property. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't totally know. We're flat to last year. I don't know where things are gonna go. I feel like it's been a good year. It's been a solid year. It hasn't been spectacular. I think we're gonna see, the same thing happening. So if you're thinking about selling your house, there's no reason to not. But I don't think that people should be looking at like really high prices and hope, that someone's gonna take a flyer on their house. It's just not happening. So we're seeing sales for houses that sell at the right price. You need to price your house properly and position it properly in the market. If you don't, you're not gonna have a successful sale. If you do, you're likely gonna see a sale within 30 days or less. Chuck from Bennett Family Real Estate, gone over quite a bit of data here. I know it's a little bit hard to sort of follow, but if you ever want to sit down and just chat with it, I'm always here. I'm always available. I'm happy to sit and talk about your property and your house and how it fits into this. Give me a call. Thanks.